Assalamualaikum. Welcome to Roshan's Delights. This is my final program. We're making a Eid Biryani. It's a mutton biryani. And you know the Mughals used to make that as the main dish at their festivals. So it's got a history from India, but I think we have South Africanized our biryani. I think the Hyderabadi biryani I've tasted, it's all very different. So this is a South African twist, and I hope you enjoy it. This recipe is actually my late Auntie Ruki's recipe. She taught me not to put tomatoes in my biryani, but I still put a little bit of tomato, just 1 tomato in 2.5 kilos. So I will let you have the ingredients and I'll show you how to do it. So I'm going through the ingredients, not in the real order, but I will go through the dry spices, the turmeric, red chili. I'm using very little, as you can see, because I've got another red chili added to that. Then we've got saffron water. We've got the red chili, fresh ground, garlic, ginger garlic paste, and this is coriander dry, lemon juice, fried potato. This is dry cumin. Then we have the tomato. As I said, it's not part of the recipe, but I've put it in, and salt, of course. Then we have the fried onions. They must be crispy. You can't have, in the biryani, you can't have soggy onions. It will really spoil your biryani. And then, of course, we have the rice, we have the masoor, we have peas, and the main ingredient, of course, 2.5 kilograms of lamb. And I'm going to do the raw lamb. I know some people, they cook their lamb separately to their rice, but I do it raw, and this is how I do it. So for the marinade, I'm going to actually grind the onions. So the onions are going to be ground into a mixer. So here I've got about 8 onions fried. And to that we use about, say, 500 grams of thick, double thick yogurt. And then, of course, the tomato. I'm just using 1 tomato. Actually, you don't need a tomato. If you don't want to put the tomato, it's fine. So this is going to be your base. As you can see now, this is a very thick marinade, and then we're going to add the spices to it. Now we start with the spices. So I'm going to start with the cumin. I love cumin. We're going to put about 3 tablespoons of cumin in 2.5 kgs of mutton. And about 4 tablespoons of dhania. And then about 1.5 tablespoons of turmeric. Then, of course, 2 tablespoons of the red chili. Then we add the fine chili, the red chili, and of course the salt. So salt, I will put, it's 2.5 kgs, so I will put about 2 tablespoons of salt. And then the lemon juice, it's 3 lemons, juice of 3 lemons. And then, of course, these are the whole spices. Whole spices are your cardamom, your black pepper, your clove, and your cinnamon. So we're going to put all of this, a handful of this, because this gives it a lovely flavor. And then, of course, now it's your garlic ginger paste. And I like to add a bit of garlic extra because it gives it a lovely flavor. Now we're going to mix all this together. And you can see it's going to be a lovely marinade. Now I've prepared the saffron water. We're going to add it in now. We're going to leave a little bit for the rice on top. But we're going to put most of it in now. We're just leaving a little bit back. Now remember something, this is very important. When you're making biryani, you do it the day before. So what you do is, now I'm going to put the magic in here. And the magic is, you remember we fried the onions and the potatoes? This must be hot oil, and you pour it in here, say about a cup and a half full. And you're going to actually smell the marinade now. So if you're doing it the day before, please do not put your meat in while the marinade is hot. You must cool the marinade and then you must put it in. Very, very important. But we are doing it today, so we're going to put it in the warm marinade. It's not a problem. So here you see your whole marinade ready. No sauces and nothing like this. This is all wholesome food from our own kitchen. Okay, now we have the meat. As you can see, it's raw meat, and it's going to be cooked through for 3 hours on very low heat. So you can get all your spices infused. You know, there's nothing better than using your hands. So I'm going to use my hands. And now we're going to layer it. So as soon as the spices are all onto all pieces of the meat, we are going to now layer it. So firstly, we're going to put a layer of potatoes. And then we're going to put the black masoor, as you can see. So a handful of black masoor. And then, of course, the rice. So you put in about a quarter of the rice right now. Cover it properly. So for the 2.5 kilos of meat, I've put in 3 cups of rice. Now we're going to put the potato again. And remember, the marinade is right on top, so you don't want it to go into your rice. So you cook it very, very slowly. And the slow cooking is always the best cooking. You can put this on high and it's not going to be right. It's not going to taste right. It's all going to be mixed. So it's very important to slow cook it. Now we're going to put the next piece in of rice. The preparation is a long time. It takes at least 2 hours to prepare all the potatoes and the onions and getting all your spices ground and everything. That takes time. But as soon as all that is ready, it's very easy to put the biryani together. You can put it away in the fridge until the next day when you just want to steam it for 3 hours. Remember, you first bring it on high. As soon as you hear the water at the bottom, you put it on very, very low. Very important, you have to leave it on very, very low. So you must be wondering, how I'm going to cook this for 3 hours when the rice looks like it's boiled and the masoor looks like it's boiled, but it's not. The masoor must be half boiled and the rice must just have a little, just a little boil. And then the rice is going to get fluffy in the pot because you remember you're going to cook it for 3 hours. So now the final touch is the frozen peas to give it a bit of color. As you can see, this is looking so beautiful. And you can do all this the night before because you don't have to worry about, and the final, of course, will be the fried onion, which gives it a lovely taste. Fried onion is always amazing. And you must remember, when you're using fried onions, when they caramelize, they have a different taste. When they saute, they have a different taste. So it's very important to make sure what dish you're making, accordingly you do your onions. And now we're going to put about a cup of ghee on this and put it on the stove. So this is about a cupful of ghee, and there's a lot of ghee, I know. But you must remember, about 15 people are going to eat from this pot. So it's fine. It's Eid, so you can enjoy the ghee. Don't minge on the ghee because the biryani will taste so nice with the ghee. If you're going to miss out on the ghee and be diet conscious today, no, today you're celebrating. Remember the remainder of the saffron I talked about? We're going to put that on. And of course, I'm going to use my hands again. It's nothing better than your hands to do the work. And then we're going to put the green chili like this. So it gives the rice a flavor and it gives the meat the flavor. So you put it in vertically. So you're going to have some spice in the rice also. We're going to put it on the stove for 3 hours. So we're going to first put it on medium to high until you see the steam coming out. And then we're going to put it on absolutely low for 3 hours. And you have to wait 3 hours, please, because otherwise your mutton is not going to be soft, and then you're going to have a bit of a spoiled biryani, and I don't want you to do that. So now we've come to the final program for Roshan's Delights. I hope you've enjoyed the journey with me. I really enjoyed doing all this for you. I hope this will work for you in the biryani. The biryani is now 3 hours later. And we've plated it for you. And with that, I've made a raita salad. Now, the raita salad is sliced cucumber, chopped mint, and yogurt with a little bit of salt. So you don't have to make a kachumber and a raita separately. So for those who want a shortcut, here's a shortcut for you. And I wish you all a happy Eid Mubarak and free Palestine.